Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. And I'm excited about Friday, as I am every day. But for some of you that work a Monday through Friday job, I know you're excited. Hopefully this morning you're with me. I love having those morning warriors with me at 7:30. I'm live. It's December 12th, 2025. I'm excited about being here. Let me roll the music down. Hope you like my music. I picked it out at the beginning and haven't seen reason to change it. But if someone does not like it, let me know. If you like it, let me know. Anyway, one more drink of my now lukewarm tea. Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful morning. It's winter. In here in Central West Virginia, snow covers the ground. Not a lot of snow, but there's snow there. It was cold yesterday, I guess. I wasn't here much, apparently it was, since there's still snow on the ground. It was cold everywhere I was at. Never made it to freezing that I can remember, as I traveled throughout multiple places. Even multiple states yesterday. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good morning. I hope we have some morning warriors with us at 7:30. It's a great time to be up. I understand. Good morning, Tom. Nice to have you along. I understand that some people can't be on here for whatever reason. I don't understand how it couldn't be the priority of your day, but I understand why some people can't be on here at 7:30. Some people are still snoring, or at least in bed. Some people are already working. I guess that's a decent excuse. They're already working. Unless you're at a job where you can watch me while you work. What a great, what a great concept. I won't say it's a great idea because employers will get on to me. But, if it could happen, that would be awesome. But I'm just kind of having a fun morning this morning. Yes, very, very casual. I've been up for a while. I've been preparing for a while. I got some great stuff for you this morning, I think. I hope you all enjoy it as much as I have. I've laughed a couple times through the things, and I got, I'm going to read you a poem today. Something that, this is episode 39. It means I have 11 more till 50. I don't think I've read a poem. I've quoted things, but I don't think I've read a poem, but we'll see. I like this poem. I found it on Facebook. Imagine that. I'll tell you more about it when we get there. So let's get started. As usual, I have some current stuff. I got some stuff about AI. Yeah, AI is in the news every day. I could do something every day on AI. But anyway, LinkedIn estimates that 1 in 5 Americans have jobs that didn't exist 25 years ago in 2000. These jobs there were no such jobs. Now, it's kind of interesting because some of these jobs, if you just look at the title, you're not even going to understand what they do. And let me give you some examples. Let's see. A knowledge architect, okay? Doesn't have anything to do with blueprints. Nothing to do with blueprints. A conversation designer has nothing to do with people talking back and forth. An orchestration engineer has nothing to do with like musical instruments or anything like that. So it's just kind of interesting, where all the jobs are going, what's happening with jobs. I mean, there are jobs. There's lots of jobs, and a lot of jobs have been around. Good morning, Deborah. Nice to have you along. I mean, a lot of jobs have been around for a long time. But these jobs that I talk about are, working in artificial intelligence. No surprise there. Because it is becoming such a big part of our life very rapidly, whether we want it to or not. But what's funny about the people that have some of these jobs, they kind of get frustrated because when somebody asks them what they do and they tell them, it's kind of hard for them to explain what they do or why the name of their job title is. It's like, I mean, how do you explain that? You sit around the kitchen table, maybe at a holiday or sitting around with friends or whatever, and what do you do? And you tell them, and they're like, what is that? But anyway, it's okay. There's some, that's the way it is. And there's some jobs that that people look at and like, yeah, that's not a job. That's a hobby. I mean, that, or that's, it's just something you do on the side or whatever. Example, social media influencers. Now, some of you know what that is. Some of you don't know what that is. That's okay. That's basically what it is in the title. It's people on social media influencing other people on social media. Now, some people would say, and for most of us are hobbyists, it's just a hobby, social media, and for most of my life, and when I've been on social media, that's what it is. Although I'm kind of changing that by doing this, but it's hard for some people to understand that social media influencers, that's how they pay their bills. That's how they make money. It may not be the only way. It might be a side income, but that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing to make money. And and a lot of them are making a lot of money. So there are those kind of things like social media influencer stuff, but times are changing and AI is changing a lot of things. Speaking of AI again, Disney announced yesterday that it will make a $1 billion equity investment in OpenAI. Okay, now, why is that news? Not everybody, let me rephrase that. A lot of big companies are investing somewhere in AI. In this example, it's OpenAI, a company. Well, the reason it's a big deal is it's the first major studio to license a large slate of characters, Disney, with any kind of medium, OpenAI or any of the AI companies. So what's that going to mean? I don't know. I mean, I just know that OpenAI is going to have their hands in Disney characters in some form. Now, will try to report as I understand that better, what that means to Disney and to OpenAI and to future things that Disney does. I don't really, for someone that might understand that better than me, they can chime in, but I don't really understand. I understand it's a change, and we're moving more and more toward AI, and I understand that. Okay, so I frequently talk about research, especially medical research on here frequently, and I have another story today, which I like. I'm not going to try to get down into the weeds on it, but I'm going to give you some basics. The University of California at San Diego, scientists have discovered an enzyme responsible for scrambling cancer genomes. And that's a big deal because it solves a mystery for these scientists and the medical experts in cancer biology, because it opened up new possibilities of treating aggressive cancers. See, in the past, scientists didn't know which enzyme was responsible for doing what that's doing. Hey, good morning, Katie. Scientists weren't able to figure out what was causing these aggressive cancers to move so quickly. They couldn't find the enzyme, and because they couldn't find the enzyme that was responsible, they couldn't treat it properly. But now that they know which enzyme it is, good morning, Donna. They're able to treat. It opens up a whole new venue of treating aggressive cancers, because now they've identified what's causing it, and that better gives them the opportunity to treat it. And that's big news, really, because aggressive cancers have been, just really hard to treat because they would split, and I don't know all the details, but the cancers would split off and go off in different directions, and nobody could figure out the enzyme that was causing it. Now they know, and that will turn into big news, I have a feeling. Next story. How many people like to sing? I like to sing. I'm not suggesting you want to listen to it, but I like to sing. Well, singing has been linked to numerous health benefits already. I mean, all kinds of well-being and disease resistance and recovering from injuries. All that stuff has happened, but now there's something new. Okay? When singing in a group, these benefits seem to be even better than singing alone, which kind of, I mean, singing alone's, singing alone. But if you sing in a group of people singing, it seems like the health benefits are better for you. It's better to sing as a group instead of by yourself for your health. So if you've been looking for another good reason to go to church, now you have it. Because if you're in church, there's a really good chance you're going to be singing along with a bunch of people. So if you're looking for a reason to go to church or another reason to go to church, now you have it. All right? So I have one more thing that I'm going to share with you, and it is, I'm going to read this. This is a poem that I found on Facebook. To give you the background, I actually saw a video of this guy reading this poem, and it inspired me so much that I started doing investigating and reporting. Started investigating and found a copy of it. And now I'm going to try to give him credit for this, but his Facebook page, his name is Johnny Lipluster. Okay? I don't think that's Johnny's last name. So I did a little bit of investigating and kind of snooping around and found his email address is John Stevenson. I'm thinking that might be his real name. So I'm trying to give him credit for this. It's great. I like it. I'm going to read it to you, and we're going to wind the day up. Don't forget, you can listen to this anytime if you're not on here now. Hopefully people will listen out throughout the day. I'll be back Monday at 7:30 as we get into to the 40s. It'll be my 40th episode podcast on Monday. So only 10 days away to 50. And what's going to happen after 50? I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, here it goes. I'm going to read this. We'll see how I do it reading. The devil came to see me, and I offered him a chair. I don't plan to stay too long, but you can sit. I said, don't plan to stay too long, but you can sit right there. He grinned from ear to ear as he took the vacant seat. He said, you've been gone so long, I thought we'd never meet. I said, I haven't been hard to find. I've been living in plain sight. You're just searching for me in the shadows while I've been standing in the light. He said, so what brings you here to a place that I can find? This is a place the shadows reach, but you don't seem to mind. Even as the sky turns black, as the daylight turns to night, you haven't tried to escape this place. Have you given up the fight? I said, I have no fear of darkness. I have no need to hide. The Holy Spirit lives within me, and his light shines inside. The devil jumped back and cursed my name and threw his chair aside. He overflowed with rage and hate, and all his demons cried. He screamed, how can you do this? You should have stayed away. Now you'll know my anger. I'll hunt you every day. I said, I'm standing here before you, so you don't need to hunt. But your rage toward me is useless, if I may be so blunt. But still I didn't come to find you or turn your heart of stone. I came to find more like me, and I'm not leaving here alone. The devil turned to hide his face and walk away in shame as I shined God's light into the darkness to seek the lost and lame. Hope you all liked that poem. I certainly did. It inspired me to find it and hunt it down, and I've got it. And if anybody wants a copy of it, let me know. I can do that. Obviously, I've read it, but there is copies since I found one. So anyway, so as we wind up today, you can be a light even when you're walking in dark places. And, the darker it is, the brighter you can shine. So today and this weekend, until we meet again on Monday, go out and shine. Go out and shine, even if it's a dark place, because you'll be brighter than ever. All right? So listen, everyone have a wonderful, blessed weekend. I'm looking forward to being back with you Monday morning at 7:30. Be blessed. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.